Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I thank you for your love, for your support. If you are new to the channel, you're welcome. If you have not subscribed, please, I would appreciate for you to subscribe to my channel. Actually, it takes nothing. Just hit on the subscribe button and then hit the bell also to be among the first people that is going to get my video whenever I upload, so you not miss out any of my tutorials. Okay guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew this trendy cheeky detachable collar. Yes, when I say detachable collar, you can see this. Actually, this one is not a detachable though, but the collar is going to look like this, but it's a detachable, so you can wear it, you can style it up however you want to. So that's what we're going to learn how to do today. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. Please like the video. Actually, it takes nothing for you to like the video already. And then if you want to register for my classes, you can just see my numbers on the screen. Send me a message on WhatsApp, and then you can follow me on all of my socials: Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, all at Stylish Naija. Let's get started straight into the tutorial. This is the fabric that I'm going to be making use of. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to draft our collar on a piece of paper. So this will make it really easy for us. So before we draft our collar, I'm going to measure around my neckline like this. So for this, I am going to be making use of 15 inches. Guys, so the first thing we're going to do now, we're going to cut out our collar. We're going to cut out our collar. So in cutting out our collar, we're going to cut out our collar stand. So I'm just making a random straight line here. So you know the collar actually measured 15 inches. So I'll add 1 inch to it to make it 16. So that's 16. Divide that into 2. So I'm going to have 8 inches. So I'll just mark the 8 inches here like this, okay? And then from this point, I'm going to come down by 1/4 inch because the neckline is not like entirely straight. So I'll blend that into the line. And then from here, my collar stand depends on how wide I want it to be. So for this, I'm going to go with 2 inches. I'll mark that 2 inches here, and then I'll still define that with a straight line like this. I'll define that with a straight line, and then on this part also, I'm going to come up again by 1/4 inch, so I'll be able to blend this, okay? Yeah, because the neckline is not straight. So this is the part where the collar will sit on, okay? So from this point now, I'm going to give this a beautiful curve. So I can actually curve it however I want to curve it. So that one is optional. It depends on what you want. So the next thing that we're going to cut out our collar stand. So I'll open this up now. Let's see. So you can see. So this is how our collar stand is going to stay, which is okay. So the next thing now, we're going to cut out our collar. So in cutting out our collar is a very simple process also. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a straight line also, just like a guide. So that's the essence of this line, is like a guide. And then I'm going to take this, depends on where I want my collar to get to, understand? So for this, I want my collar to get to this point. You can measure though, okay, because the collar is going to sit on this part. So I want it to get to this point like this. So I can just eyeball it here. So from this point now, where I want my collar to get to, I'm just going to come down. And this one now, come down by 1/4 inch also, okay? But from after that 1/4 inch, I'm just going to blend this into this point. Just blend this into it. And then the next thing now, I'm going to measure the length of my collar. So for the length of my collar, you can see it is a very bold collar. So I'm going to do about 3.5 inches. So after stitching, it will be like 3 inches, okay? So I'll mark my 3.5 inches here, which I'm going to just define. I'm just using a straight line first, just to highlight it for us to check it, okay? So the next thing now, this is my neck. This is the neckline point. It's blended nicely into this point. So the next thing depends on how sharp I want the tail of my collars to be. Okay, so from this point now, I'm going to measure how wide I want it to be. So for this, you can make it short, you can make it long, depends on what you want. So for this, I'm going to go with about 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches is ideal. So I'll mark that 5 inches. I'll just, you can see how I placed it diagonally like this. Okay, 5 inches. And then I'm going to blend that 5 inches. I'm going to blend that into this point. Okay, so you can see. So it was not properly done. And then I'm going to mark it like I'm marking a triangle. Okay, I'll mark it to join that point back. And then, so this is where I'm going to actually, so and then the next thing now, I want to bring it to this point. Remember I said I'm using 3.5 inches. That's my 3.5 inches. So from that point like this, I'm just going to blend this. I don't want it to be too sharp, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you can see. So for this, just shape it however you want to do your shaping. Okay, and then I'm going to cut out now. So at the end of the day, you see how it's looking. So I'm going to open this up. It's going to stay like this. Okay, so at the end of the day, our color is going to stay like this. So you see, it looks good. So the next thing now, we're not, even after sewing this, we need something like a body for our dress. So I'm going to use my basic bodice pattern for that. So what I'm going to use for my basic body. So what you will do, just measure your normal top. So this is my shoulder measurement, and then this is the armhole. So even though it's not going to be necessary. So for the neckline, I'm going to use 2.5 inches for my neckline. Okay, so I'm going to mark it round, just come down by 1 inch, and then I'll mark it round. So I'll show you how to transfer this to your fabric. I'm going to cut out the back normal. So I elongate it a little bit. So the next thing, I'm going to cut out the front. So for the front part, I'm going to add extra 2 inches because I'm going to sew because it has buttons. Okay. So you can see. So I have my extra inches here. So I'm not adding any lining to this dress. So I'll put a notch here and then put a notch here. So the next thing, I'm going to take this over to my machine. So let me add the neckline. So I'll take this back to my machine now, and then I'll go and secure my collar. I'm going to go and secure it down. It's a simple process. I'm just going to sew it, stitch it down. So this part is actually not going to show on the dress. So I'll just stitch here down, stitch here down. So the back, and then after stitching that down, I'll join the back and the front. I'll just join them on the shoulder side. So the sides, I'm not going to stitch the side because it's going to fly. I'm not going to stitch the side. Okay, so with that, it will not be difficult for you to wear, for you to put on. The side is going to stay like that. So I'll do that, and then before that, I'm going to cut out my collar. In cutting out my collar, I'll use this. I'll cut out 2 pieces of this. Okay, that's double. I'll double my fabric and then cut out 2 pieces. And then the main collar also, I'll double my fabric also, and then cut out 2 pieces. And then I'll iron my interfacing on my collar. As I'm going to use hair stay. That's what I'll iron on it. And then I'll bring it back and show you. Okay guys, so after ironing my interfacing, so I use soft gum. So this is the collar stay. So this is how it's going to stay. So this curved part, so I'm going to place it like this. It's a very simple process. Before then, these two like this, place all of them together. And then I'll place this here. So literally what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to stitch everything together. So the best and easiest way is for me to go and stitch this round like this first, and then turn it over, iron it out. Okay, so after turning it, ironing it out, I'm going to have something like this, 1 piece. And then I'm going to take this, I'll place the 2 piece, yes, already turned together. And then I'll take this also, and then I'm going to stitch it like this. Okay, you understand? So I'm going to stitch it like this. So I'm going to have an opening here. So I'll do that and then bring it back and show you. It's a simple. Okay guys, so this is my bodice. So I'm just trying to give it a fine shape at the down, even though it is negligible. So I'll stitch so you can see the my my button lap. So it is okay. So I've stitched it down just the way I explained to you. The next thing, I'm going to take my collar. So like I explained to you guys, I finished stitching. So you can see this is the side I'm going to use as my right side. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this part that is going to be the back. I'm going to trim it by just a little bit, like 1/4 inch. That's just trim out a little piece out from it. So after trimming it, I'm going to have something like this. So I'm going to show you how we're going to stitch this now. It's a very simple process. So this part that I trim, that's the part that I'm going to stitch at the back. That's the side that is going to be here. That's this part like this. So it's a simple process. You can start stitching from the center. You can start stitching from the side. So all of this, I need to trim them off. And then I'll take this. This is the trimmed part. From this point, I'm going to take that edge and then I'll place it with this edge. And then I'll stitch it until I'll get to the end like this. So you can see until I'll get to that end. So I'll do that and then I'll bring it back and okay guys, so you can see, so I've stitched it. So you see this is how the inside looks like. So this is the outside now. So you can see it's a very simple process because I trimmed out, so I have a little bit of excess here. So that excess, I'm just going to push that excess inside and then stitch it along the same line. So you see how neat it is. So this same process, you can actually use it to sew a full shirt. Okay, you can use it to sew a full shirt. So I'll just do that and then finish this up, iron it, and then I'll place it on the mannequin for you to see. So this, you just wear it inside of your shirt and then you button, you just button the neckline and then you put on your dress, whatever dress on top, and then you bring out the collar. So it will look like the collar is attached to the dress. Meanwhile, it is separated. Okay guys, so at the end of the day, you can see how this looks like. So you can see this is how it is looking. Just like a shirt is hung inside. And then you can just style this. So you can actually style this with any look of your choice. So you can see, you will barely know that this color is not the same with the dress so you can see. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel already, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.